Hi guys, welcome back to my video. I am Aci Kurniawan Yusuf, and in this video we can learn together about fundamentals of cost classification. By the end of this video, you will understand the two main types of cost classification. The first one is manufacturing or production cost, and the second one is non-manufacturing or non-production cost. Besides that, you will also learn how they fit into product and period costs. Believe me that this knowledge will help you to manage costs more efficiently. At first, I want to explain to you what is the difference between cost and expense. Do you know that cost and expense are different? Cost is the amount of money spent to acquire or produce something. For example, buy a machine, it is cost. Purchase raw material to produce goods, it is cost. However, the expense is a cost that has been used up or incurred in the process of generating revenue. For example, the depreciation of the machine, cost of the materials that is used to produce the goods that are going to be sold. So, when you purchase the raw materials, it is classified as cost. But when you use these raw materials to produce the goods that are going to be sold, it will become expenses. Let's begin with cost tracing. Cost tracing involves identifying and assigning cost to a specific cost object, such as the product, department, or project. There are two main classifications of cost tracing. The first one is direct cost tracing. The second one is indirect cost tracing. Direct cost tracing are those that can be traced easily to a specific product or cost object. For example, when you want to create a chair from wood, it is easy for you to know how many kilograms of wood that will be used to make a chair. In this case, the wood used to create the chair is the direct cost. In this case, you can easily trace in one chair produced how many kilogram wood you need. Similarly, the wages of workers assembling the chair is also direct cost. Indirect cost, on the other hand, cannot be traced directly to a single product without some form of allocation. For example, when you want to create a chair, you need wood glue. However, one wood glue that you purchase will be used to create several chairs, not only one chair. So, how many wood glues do you need to create a chair? Of course, you need to allocate it. How many wood glues should I use for one chair? We cannot trace it easily. That is indirect cost. In this case, the wood glue is used in the small quantities across many chairs. The other example is factory supervisor salary. This supervisor support overall operation and it will be considered as indirect cost. With this foundation, let's dive into two main types of costs: the manufacturing or production cost, and also non-manufacturing or non-production or operational costs. The first one is manufacturing costs. These costs are directly related to the production of the goods, and they are also called as product costs. They include direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. Direct material is the raw materials that become a key part of the finished goods and can be conveniently traced. In my previous example, it is a wood to produce the chair. The next one is direct labor. Direct labor is cost of salaries, wages, and fringe benefit for personnel who work directly on manufactured product. For example, the wage of the workers who are directly assembled the chair. The next one is manufacturing overhead. Manufacturing overhead is manufacturing costs that are associated with operating the factory, except direct materials and direct labor. These costs cannot be readily traced to finished product. Let's break them down further. Manufacturing overhead costs consist of indirect material, indirect labor, and other factory overhead. Remember that manufacturing overhead is the cost that occurs in the production process except direct materials and direct labor. It consists of indirect materials, indirect labors, and other factory overheads. Indirect materials. Indirect material is raw materials that is not key part of the product and usually cannot be easily or conveniently traced to a specific unit of product. In my previous example, it is a wood glue. We only use small amount for a chair and it is difficult to trace. The next one is indirect labor. Indirect labor is those labor costs that cannot be easily traced to individual unit of a product. For example, factory supervisor salary. Other factory costs is manufacturing overhead costs that are not included as indirect materials and indirect labor, such as depreciation of equipment, utilities for the factory, and maintenance expense. Together, these costs, direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead, form the complete picture of manufacturing costs, helping businesses to calculate the total cost of production accurately. Therefore, the formula of the production cost or manufacturing cost is the direct materials plus direct labor plus manufacturing overhead. As I mentioned previously, that manufacturing cost is almost the same with the product cost. Product costs are capitalized as part of inventory on the balance sheet until the product is sold. After the product has been sold, they will be recorded as cost of goods sold on the income statement. This is important thing about product costs. We start with the raw materials, the essential components used in the production. When you purchase raw materials, some of the raw materials will be used for the production. These materials are processed through the work in process or WIP stage, where direct labor and manufacturing overhead are added to transform them into finished products. Once completed, this product moves to finished good, ready for sale and recorded as inventory on the balance sheet. When these goods are sold, their cost is transferred to cost of goods sold or COGS, recognized as the expense on the income statement. This cycle is crucial for understanding inventory valuation and cost management in manufacturing. There are two terms that you have to know as well. The first one is prime cost. Prime cost is the total of the direct materials and direct labor. The second one is conversion cost. It is the cost incurred for the company to be able to convert raw materials into final products. It is the sum of the direct labor and also manufacturing overhead. After talking about manufacturing costs, let's talk about non-manufacturing costs or non-production costs or operational costs. These are expenses that do not directly involve production but are necessary for the business to operate. It is also known as period costs. Unlike product costs, period costs are expensed immediately in the period they are incurred. Non-manufacturing costs include the first one, research and development or R&D. These are the costs incurred during the development of new products or the improvement of the existing ones. For example, testing new furniture design or materials in a furniture company. The second one, selling and marketing costs. These are expenses related to selling and promoting a product, such as advertising, sales commission, or the salary of the sales team. The third one is general and administrative costs. These include costs necessary for the overall management of the business, such as office rent, salary of administrative staff, salary of the manager, and also office utilities. One more time, unlike product costs, which are tied to production, period costs are expensed in the income statement during the period they are incurred, regardless of production activity. So to calculate the total of non-manufacturing costs is the sum of the research and development, selling and marketing costs, and also general and administrative costs. In conclusion, understanding the distinction between manufacturing costs and non-manufacturing costs is crucial for managing business finance. Properly classifying these costs not only aids in accurate financial reporting, but also help business in decision making, budgeting, and controlling expenses.